Let's stick with Elon Musk and let's take a closer look at Tesla. Musk acknowledged over the weekend that his job at DOGE is costing him when it comes to running Tesla. The stock continues a dismal year. It's down nearly 35% over the first 3 months of 2025, down another 5% or so this morning. Here with more, I'm pleased to say we have Bloomberg Technology co-host Caroline Hyde. Caroline, what can happen at this point? What can Musk do? Because you've heard plenty of folks from the sell side say that the brand damage is already done.
And meanwhile, he's saying, well, the shares are quite cheap. Maybe you want to be buying them.
Why not?
He's talking up his stock. This was, of course, actually at a political event. The irony here is that the reason perhaps many feel that there's a drag on the stock is because of his political motivations and movements in the last few months, whether it be in Europe, where we've seen sales plunge across Germany, France, and the EU more broadly. We've also seen sales down over in China. And then here in the United States, he's at a Wisconsin event, all regarding, well, the next people to be put in from a court perspective there. He's handing out $1 million checks. And once again, is that damaging brand? Because many feel that this is in some ways politically affiliated. Now, overall, we are seeing the stock actually outperform other automakers since the tariff news has come in, many feeling that EVs are less susceptible to some of the tariffs that will come, and ultimately that he's able to source much more locally. But it's not undoing what you say is more than 30% sell-off. And then we've got the reports of the fires that happened in Italy, in Rome. Now, we're not knowing whether it is indeed arson or not, but it could well be. And again, that particularly puts pressure on the stock.
I feel like we talk about this a lot, but worth bringing up again. Do investors have confidence in the bench underneath Elon Musk at Tesla? Because if the worry is that he's distracted at minimum, or if his political affiliations are creating havoc on the brand, then who steps up?
It's always key man risk with Tesla and Elon Musk. And actually, that's why there's the anxiety building once more, whether he'll actually get the money he's been promised. Now, remember, then once again trying to fight to be able to get his enormous pay package to him. Time and time again, the shareholders have voted for him to be accessing those billions and billions. But time and time again, a Delaware judge has overruled it. But their key man risk is significant when it comes to Tesla. They're worried about, A, him stepping away, but it is hinted that, of course, by May, he's going to be coming back to the fold. And ultimately, he's run plenty of other businesses, theoretically been distracted for years at Tesla, and yet alone the company continues to thrive with further models. So there is the question of whether or not it's just about getting the new models online, the Model Y being upgraded, and the production being more streamlined.
Speaking of things that might be distracting Elon Musk from his job at Tesla, just quickly here, let's talk about what we saw on Friday. XAI buying X. I am so excited to read Matt Levine's take in Money Stuff, but
yes.
What do we know so far? Because I really was not expecting this one.
I think many felt unsurprised by the fact that they are intertwined anyway, X and XAI. Many are wondering what really is the motivation here, ultimately, apart from pumping up the overall valuation of XAI, which seems that Elon's kind of made up himself. He's got one banker across X and XAI, and that's Morgan Stanley.
That's all you need.
He hasn't done another fundraise, so why is it suddenly worth 80 billion rather than 50 billion, as we previously saw? The 33 billion on X is notable because, of course, that's the amount that he basically took it private for back in 2022. That's nice for all the shareholders. They have a growth story once again. Instead of worrying about advertising, they're part of a generative AI play. The question is, what happens to Linda Yaccarino? Does she lead the business unit as it on goes? And will we start to see a pushback on other areas, other companies accessing underlying data from X, which currently is being used for XAI and Grok?